It is.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that everybody gets this.
That's my guess.
And call to order. This is a meeting of the Littlestown Area School District Board of Directors. This is a live in-person meeting open to the public in accordance with the Sunshine Act. By participating in this meeting, you are consenting to the recording, retention, and future viewing of the meeting. This meeting is also being live streamed to convenience of the public. In the event that the live stream fails or cannot be transmitted for any reason, the in-person meeting will continue without interruption. Here, roll call please.
Janelle Ressler. Here. Wayne Sullivan.
Here.
Carl Thompson.
Here.
Ethan Yerger.
Here.
Danielle Brennan. Here. Brian Lawyer.
Here.
Nick Lovell.
Here.
And Mary. Oh, and me, you are
Here.
You're so ready.
Okay, Brian.
All right, please rise for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay. This time we're going to do some award announcements and acknowledgments. First, I'd like to say thank you to the maintenance crew who looks like they got everything cleaned and swept and looking pretty good. Although somebody chickened out and we have to delay them all.
Should have sent that in the 7th.
Yes, that's it now. So I mean, all right. Secondly, it's my understanding that somehow we have a all orange day on. So personally, I would like to thank the entire school for doing that. I know that means a lot to you, it means a lot to me, but the fact that we have that kind of unity to have an all orange day in the school district is fantastic. So pulling all together for one young individual or one young cause is awesome. That's one thing this town has always done. With that, I'm going to go off topic a little and say congratulations to Mr. Trump. On how anybody else feels, but I think today starts a new day. you have any other acknowledgements?
Yes, I do. So for those that attend the basketball games, I did share, I think, before, but the national anthem that the students sing, the acapella, is just phenomenal. And so I just wanted to recognize, they're not all singing at the same time. Sometimes it's maybe four, maybe more. Melanie Roth, Emma Albright, Colby Runkleton, I hope I'm saying his name right, Chris Johnson, Rebecca Williams, Deanna Gibbs, Ariana Stonecipher, Trey Bradner, and Kate Munger. I know we always recognize, the athletes and talk about those things, but I just think, I don't know, this year for some reason, it just sounds phenomenal and beautiful. Not that it has before, but I just feel like it's just extra this year. So, I love it. I think it's phenomenal. And if you get to a basketball game, boys or girls can hear, go, because it's beautiful.
Anything else on this, on the right-hand side? Nothing?
Yeah, to basketball boosters, and the hockey boosters, and all the boosters that do their work. The basketball boosters, welcome part of it. You might go and work, the varsity games, like my wife and my family did this weekend, or this past game. We went and ran the concession stand, and then students come in and volunteer on Saturdays, and they'll run the clock. They'll sit at the door and, let parents in, or, visitors in, and take $1 or $2 on the way in. But everybody's been doing great this year, volunteering, and we've been working in both boys varsity, girls varsity, and then the youth on Saturday. So it's really nice to see the high school kids come down, because I know that really makes the little kids' day. The 4th, 5th graders, the 6th graders, they love to see those varsity players come down and watch them play, and then they'll talk to them after the game sometimes. So, thanks a lot for that.
I don't want to steal too much of Mr. Fitzgerald or anything else, but I did want to congratulate the competitive cheer team. This is their first year in operation, and in 2 competitions so far. They got 3rd place at the first one, and they got 1st place at their second one. So, I was able to go to one to Littlestown, and it's very interesting. They did a very nice job.
Any other comments? There's Southbridge Public. By the way, the shirts that we all are enjoying, this young lady made for all of us. So again, I thank her because it does show good news. Okay. All right, student representatives. Angie, say your last name.
Serrano.
You're up. I'll teach you to say your last name.
So I'm an 8th grader at Maple Avenue, and I'm the student council treasurer. We've just begun our next Pride value, integrity, and that means acting in a way that you know to be right and kind in all situations. All students will be participating in a lesson on integrity in their social studies classes. We will also be selling Valentine's Day bears with artificial roses and candy fans next month. All proceeds will benefit our student council and CBIS funds. Another Spirit Week also happened last week. We just had a pajama day, decade wars, grade wars, and RF day. And was it January 10th we had our dance? January 10th we had our first dance of the school year, and the theme was Blues Blast. It was a night of good friends with good music and good fun. The student council made a $250 profit. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you. Mr. Fitzgerald, you're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today was the Spanish Honor Society fundraiser at Mod Pizza, actually, and that seemed to do very well, and there's lots of participation for that. Spanish Honor Society also went to the elementary school recently before break to teach some Spanish Christmas traditions, and they are looking forward to visiting again before the school year is over. The Astronomy Club is working on a planetarium field trip to look into more of their astronomy things and get that going. The FFA also recently went to the farm show to check out the new technologies and the modern things, and kind of just as a fun thing for them. And that's all for the report. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Freaks. I'm the assistant principal of the high school. I'm here for Dr. Becker, who couldn't make it. So the announcements for the high school. So the events of the high school today were centered around the newly constructed spaces. Teachers began setting up their classrooms in the new wing. Despite the weather, it was a huge successful day. A lot of teachers got a lot done. Everyone involved is super excited about the new space. A huge thank you to everyone who contributed to preparing the area, and a special shout out to the teachers for their flexibility and adapting to the challenges of the move and the logistics involved. Tomorrow, students will be on an asynchronous fit day to give teachers the time they need to settle into those new classrooms. On Wednesday, students will return to the building for a building tour to explore the new construction and learn how to navigate to their updated classrooms. For most, this will be the first look for our students. We've also officially completed the first semester, marking the start of the second half of the school year. We're excited and sure that everyone will be glad to get back into a more routine schedule soon. And then lastly, we want to congrats to our varsity wrestling team and coaching staff for earning a share of the YAIAA Division III title with their victory over Hanover last week. A big shout out to Mr. Polishuk and the entire program for their achievement. And that ends our high school report.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none. Ms. Holt, you're up. No, he's not coming over.
Good evening. So I want to talk a little bit about our extra math program at Maple Avenue this year. We've had extra math before. This year we're doing it a little differently, so I want to point out some of those differences. We're focusing this year on just 6th graders. The reason that we decided to do that is, quite honestly, the data did not bear out that it was as effective for 7th and 8th graders, mostly because we did have a struggle to get 7th and 8th graders to stay after school and engage in the program. The 6th graders seem to be very engaged and excited and fully participate, and their data then demonstrated better, just better results. Not only that, if we consider 6th grade our foundational year in the middle school, the thought would be that if we can really shore up some of those foundational skills and priority standards at the 6th grade level, then they will be better suited to move forward into 7th and 8th grade with a stronger foundation. So we've invited about 36 graders to join us tonight. I hope that you'll vote to approve the scope of work for Mr. Liberty, Mr. Green, and Mr. Barden. 2 of those teachers are currently 6th grade math teachers. Mr. Liberty currently teaches science, but he's math certified and used to teach 7th grade math at Maple Avenue. So we've got basically 3 really strong math teachers who are going to be working with probably about 30 students. So, a 10-to-1-ish ratio, we think will be really great. The way that we selected these students, if you were curious, you may know that scores on the PSSA, students we had advanced, proficient, basic, or below basic. So our below basic students, we didn't necessarily consider for this program because they're already receiving Tier 3 support within the school. So perhaps a learning support student or just a student who struggles in math and they might be getting a math intervention during the school day and or in a co-taught math class all day. So those most struggling of math students, there's already a plan in place for them. This is really geared towards what we're calling Tier 2 students, students who maybe are not below basic, but they're scoring historically from 3rd all the way up through 5th grade at the basic level, meaning that with maybe just a little more face time with their teachers, a little more building on, like I said, those foundational skills, it may be enough, it may be the push they need to push them up to proficiency. So that's kind of the target and the goal for this year and how it might be just a little bit different than years past, but I think it'll be much more targeted and effective for our purposes at Maple Avenue. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Last question, please.
So on behalf of the ACES team there, we responded to a recent challenge we had earlier in the year with school decision making. So we brought in the Burns Health Education program out of New York for a special presentation to our students K-5, how healthy habits and harmful substances affect the body. Students learned about, so this occurred within the past 2 weeks during the school Students learned about proper nutrition, sufficient sleep, regular physical activity, differences between medication, drugs, differences between use, misuse, and abuse. Talked a little bit about how nicotine, alcohol, caffeine affect the body and products of use by youth. Talked about decision making and how we can use those refusal skills to be used in those peer pressure situations involving harmful substances. And then finally, define a trusted adult when they feel they are, if they're in an unsafe situation that they can reach out to and work with them. So again, obviously a K-5 approach, and obviously each grade level is a little bit different perspective and appropriate for the grade level. Second thing I want to share tonight is talking about something new this year with our pilot program. Give students the opportunity to purchase a pass with their full bucks to be a guest speaker on our afternoon announcements. I'm excited to say that we had 87 students showing interest and a desire to participate and spend their full bucks for that. We feel this is a great way to facilitate a student's public speaking skills. So students work with their parents, sort of collaborate on a positive message to our building that they would share each afternoon. So examples of what students could do, they could share a fun fact about something that they find interesting. They could do a shout out to a teacher or a faculty member that was helpful or supportive of them. They could ask a trivia question. They could share the weather report. They could share a favorite quote, something that was for them. And then again, making sure just something inappropriate, just like a joke to the elementary level, so we could hear those as well. So just excited about that opportunity. We were surprised by how many students found this as a positive incentive for them, as a reward for their positive behavior moving forward. So we're going to continue to expand and build upon that as we go through the school year. Finally, the third thing is, final thing here tonight is our teachers just finished up their professional development PI Ready training here in the next phase, and we're really focused on for Diagnostic 1 to Diagnostic 2, and focusing on students' growth and performance. Out of the training, just again working with their teachers to analyze those reports, determine student strengths, areas of need, so improvement, and then obviously the action steps of where we're at currently. And again, teachers use this information to help shape instructional decisions as we move forward. And then I know as we're moving into February, throughout the rest of the year, Dr. Davis is planning to share some of that information as we go through some of the development in our plan. So that concludes my report.
Any other questions? Very well, thank you. Ms. Becker, you're up.
Hello, everyone. I have some books circulating around. Tom Norland, I think a lot of them are Tom's kids that he has allowed us. So these are some examples of books with our Department of Imagination Library, and the numbers represent the age group of the kids that they are in. So I just thought I'd bring those so that you can look at them. When you do look at them, please note that one of them is a bilingual book. So twice every year they will get a bilingual book, and it has it in English and in Spanish. And inside the front covers on a lot of the books, they also have tips for the parents on how to interact with their child if they, like pointers and things that they can talk about with the book. So Brian had asked to see them, so there you go. And Tom, no, I'm done with you. You can keep the ones that are yours and just stick the other ones in my mailbox. So finally, giving spree totals for you. We had another very good year. So in our endowment fund for this year, we have added $21,219.63. And our today gifts, which is money that we can use now, we had $8,090.96 for a total of $29,310.59. So we had another very good year for the foundation, and it's really helping our endowment to grow, which is going to benefit the district for many years to come. We've been very fortunate to receive a lot of support from within the community and outside the community. So we have LIPA, who has given us $1,500 towards reading in STEM in the elementary, and I'm working with Mr. Moran and figuring out the best way to use that money to help the kids in the building. We have received memorial donations to Steve Dutter, and we had a nice contribution from them that they wanted it to go to Litonians and help the Bolts. The Rayfield Foundation, which is not anybody local, they have given us $1,500 towards our Dolly Parton Imagination Library to help support that, because $1,500 will actually help to support that 3 months of the program for